Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, and today for your Sunday series, it's going to be a series of short games from Homestory Cup 2019 from last November. First game is going to be between Serral and Innovation here on Ephemeron the Ladder Edition. Figured I'd start it off with two very popular players. Top left-hand corner is the Blizzard player Serral, and in the bottom right-hand corner it is the Red Terran player Innovation, who again plays a barcode in international tournaments. Okay, maybe not international tournaments. Let's see. Premier tournaments. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Not entirely sure why. I figured that the organizers would require him to play under his... Oh, hold on a second. Pool first here from Serral. 16 pool. Holy cow. Serral's doing something other than 16, 18, 17 into a fast third and a macro. But yeah, I think if you're Innovation, you can tell tournament organizers, just shove off. I'm playing under a barcode in Homestory Cup and Nation Wars. Right? Right. I think he's earned that right. Okay, so looks like a 1-rack expand here from Innovation. 16 pool into what looks like a 16 hatch here as well. Maybe an 18 hatch. But either way, Zerglings are going to be coming across really soon here. And if you don't send an SCV across to make sure that Serral did not pool first you, then your command center is going to have a very bad time. This Reaper's name at this stage of the game is Warning! This Reaper suit contains a quantum relativity bomb. If the Reaper doesn't die within 5 minutes after spawning, the bomb will detonate, releasing deadly dark graviton energy, which will destroy the space-time membrane. The entire universe will collapse. All your wishes, dreams, desires, emotions, and loved ones will be gone. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Kill this Reaper at once if you value your life. Can you live for 5 minutes? Will this game last for 5 minutes is the question. Now, here's where the Lings need to not take a straight across path here, right? The Reaper either needs to stay home or go Ling hunting. Are you doing this? Oh, the Overlord sees the Reaper. Look at the Lings! He can take the straight across. Oh, he can take the straight across path. Here come them Zerglings. 6 of them. Doo, 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 doo. There's a Marine. Doesn't matter. He dead. Nope. Sorry, you're outside the house, Marine. And there's nothing to stop. Ugh, the Reaper has to come all the way home. Ah! The Lings are inside. They're stopping construction on this factory. Any Marines that come out are going to die instantly here. These SCVs have to defend themselves, which is always bad. And I mean, good. They're good fighters. Like, this is great control from Innovation. And the Reaper's back home now. So obviously the Lings are in a lot of trouble. But this is so much lost mining time. Holy crap, this is so much lost mining time. I am liking this so much. Oh, is it going to get another delay? No. Does not get another delay. All the Lings get cleaned up. 3 SCVs go down. Serral's up workers here. The delay on the command center is real here from Innovation. Serral's third base is coming up now. And everything is kind of proceeding according to a little bit of normal, other than Innovation took a hit. I mean, Serral took an economic hit by going for that pool first and making those Lings instead of making drones. But as it stands, he's okay. He's up workers. I mean, Innovation's natural is just now done. His factory was delayed. He's just behind at this stage of the game, and we'll see if Serral decides to push the advantage, or if he tries to go super macro and Innovation tries to go for a 2-base attack to get back at Innovation's attempt to kill him early. Nope, just kidding. Not doing that. Third command center on the way from Innovation. So, this very easily could be a follow-up Roach Ravager style 2-baser out of Serral. Would not be surprised to see that at all, but he's not going for a lair, which indicates no. But that is a Roach Warren. That is a 350 Roach Warren here. It's dangerous. Danger, danger. Will Robinson here. Is the Reaper dead, by the way? The Reaper's not dead. Oh, snap. This Reaper has to die in the first 5 minutes after spawning, which is even later than the 5-minute mark here, because that's when the game started. Oh boy. Warning the Reaper. You stay alive long enough, everything dies. So please don't. Okay, attacking the Queens is great. Do that. Do that, and you'll save the universe. Not interested. The key here is keeping this Roach Warren from getting spotted. That's why it's being built in the natural base, less likely to get scanned. There are a limited number of scans that Terran will do at this stage of the game because they want those mules for the economy. Not even want, it's they need those mules for the economy. If they just scan all the time instead of making mules, sure, you have good intel, but you're so behind it's hard to stop anything the Zerg player is doing, even if you see what it is. So here come 4 Hellions and a Reaper, and the Lings go down the other side. This is so sneaky out of Serral. This is stupid. This is stupidly sneaky. Dude, these 2 Hellions have to hold off this many Speedlings. Good luck. Oh, the reaction time is nothing. Oh, no. The Lings are inside the house. This isn't even a Roach Ravager murderous style follow-up attack. This is just a Speedling try and kill stuff. Okay, the Lings... That was a good trap from Innovation. Holy cow. Boxes them in with the SCVs. The Marines and the Hellions come back in and all the Lings die. That could have been, I mean, against a lesser Terran player, that is instant death. But look, here we go. Here come the Roaches and Ravagers. Again, this is the third time Innovation has not seen what's coming to murder him. Catches him entirely by surprise. The Roaches and the Ravagers are here, and I think that's it. There's no tanks out. There's a Marauder in production, but he's a long way off. The natural base is done. Serral's on 3 bases happily. I mean, these SCVs have been great fighters against the Zerglings so far, but not against Roaches and Ravagers, just not as good as they otherwise would be. This handful, and that's it. Serral gets the GG in game number 1 of our short game compilation. With the 16 pool into the Lings pushing, into the follow-up of Speedlings, into the Roaches and Ravagers, and poor Innovation didn't see any of those attacks coming at all. This map, with its kind of dual pathways down the middle, right? You can go the up top side or bottom side, and every time he just went the wrong way to see what was coming down the other lane to kill him. That's brutal. That is a brutal loss for Innovation. Just bad luck, really, for a lot of this. I mean, yes, he should have sent the SCV out to see the timing on the hatchery and known that the Lings were coming and kept the Reaper at home. But the rest of it was not his fault, I really feel like. So rough stuff for game 1 for Innovation, but we have more coming your way. More incredibly fun players that you know. We've got Raynor, we've got Zest, we have Classic, we have Parting. We've got Special. I mean, name a player, they're probably involved here. So we'll be right back. Time for a PvP between Zest and a Trap here on Ephemeron. We're back on this map. Top left-hand corner is the red Protoss player, Zest. And in the bottom right, it is the blue Protoss player, Trap. All right, so shorter games can indicate cannon rushing attempts, but it can also indicate just one player going for a composition that straight up murders the other one real fast. So I just figure I like doing, I like doing these short games compilations every once in a while just because I like to cast a ton of macro stuff, right? And the macro stuff does not show what's going on at the highest levels in the shorter games. And yeah, a lot of the games are macro style. Yes, I get that. But there are definitely games represented within the StarCraft world that are done in under, 5, 6, 7 minutes. Which is what that last game was. It was like 6 minutes. Oh, and that Reaper didn't die. I don't think. I don't know if the Reaper came back and died in that last game or not. Somebody go back and watch it. Let me know if that Reaper died, if you can tell from the minimap. But anyway, nobody's cannon rushing. Everybody is making gateways at home. If you were cannon rushing, you'd have a probe across the map at this point by now anyway. So, I mean, PvP is the mirroriest of all mirror matchups. Right? Look at this. Look how mirrored these production tabs are right now. It's insanely mirrored. In fairness... Okay, so the gas is... Yeah, so down to 1 gas, 2 gates, and a probe. I mean, it's going to be mirror until the gateways are finished and there's a cyber core up. And then we will see some strange things. There is no standard there. You don't want to make 2 adepts or you're going to die. You don't want to make 2 stalkers or you're going to die. You can make sentries. I mean, just don't make zealots out of those gateways and you'll be fine in your PvP. Sneaky stuff from Trap. Pylon down there at the 6 o'clock position. Let's see what you are up to. And a cybernetics core up home for Zest with the same story. Again, mirrory. It's just this pylon happens to be down here for Trap. And for Zest, it is, oh, it's over here. So both players are proxying each other. What are they going to proxy? Robotics facility would be good here. Yeah, and I think this is going to be a Stargate here. Oh, no, that's not even a proxy. This is just, I'd want to see if there's an Oracle or a War Prism coming to kill me. Style pylon is what that is. Oh boy, Trap's in trouble. Trap's in trouble. If he can come with the Zealot and the Sentry and find this and kill it, he'll be in a fine spot. But the odds of that happening are pretty low. They're not impossible, but they're fairly low. Oh boy, here we go. Sentry, Stalker, and they're going to chase this probe, right? So this is bait. This is bait. Show me the Mad Max GIF bait. Because that's what that is. Hey, if you stay in your base longer, there's less time for you to come up and see what's going on up there. And it's done. Oh, he doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. Even making the Nexus while it's coming up has very little vision. Oh, man. 2 Adepts show up, and so it's like, well, now you got to stay home because they might shade into your base. There's the wall. Okay, so Stalkers are out. But Immortal production has begun. I think Zest is going to have enough to hold against this. He's definitely going to have enough to hold against this, and the Immortals will be over here wrecking face the whole time, too. So, ta-da! Immortal here. Oh, early shots on these Stalkers is so important for winning this battle. So important for winning this battle. And, kabah! One Stalker down. Kabah! Kabah! I mean, that's the trick here, right? Is you just keep the Stalkers killed, and then your other Stalkers come in and they have a much easier job of it, and yes, the Immortal dies, but now you don't have any Stalkers left, and all you have are 3 sentries, and there's Adepts, and there are other Stalkers here, and you're outnumbered horribly, and you're trying to get up this wall, and you throw down a panicked pylon to try to save the day, but there's a Warp Prism here because of the robotics facility, and everybody, oh, they're saving the Adepts alive. They're juggling. Oh, Zest. Zest is juggling with the Warp Prism like a boss. Oh, this is so stupid good. Another Immortal. Once that other Immortal comes out, I'm pretty sure Trap is done. He's making Desperation Shield batteries. He's making his own Immortals now, too, just now getting started. Trying to supply block Trap here. Not really going to work out too well, but look at this. It's 43 to 29 total supply. Army supply is way up for Zest right now. And, I mean, going up this ramp is scary, but I guess he's really waiting for the Immortal to get up that ramp. Your force fields are useless because there's a Warp Prism here. He can get up on the high ground all he wants. The shield batteries are doing their darndest. But once the Immortal shows up, shield batteries getting drained very quickly. Other Immortal shows up and takes shots from Stalkers and other Immortal, and it's dead. And the Stalkers are dead, and the Micro is done, and that's your GG. Zest wins this thing in 4 minutes and 42 seconds. I told you. I told you, short games, man. They're here. They are fun. Look at the effectiveness of this. 2,000 resources lost for Trap here, and Zest lost 550. That is a 4-to-1 efficiency ratio for Zest. What a build. Protoss players, be inspired by this. Throw up a robotics facility in your opponent's natural base and do this. Make an Immortal, then make a Warp Prism, and then you pretty much have free reign to do whatever you want against your opponent. That is super good. That is great. All right, that's game 2. Let's go into game 3 here. Stick with me. Disco Bloodbath. Solar versus Mana. Top left-ish, it is the blue Zerg player Solar. Man, this guy is a terror in our Africa World broadcast. If you don't know what that is, there's a link in the description to africatv.com/laughingames. Hit that, bookmark it, follow me on Twitter at Falcon Paladin, and I'll announce when I'm going to be casting live StarCraft with professional StarCraft players like Solar. It happens every 2 weeks or so, and man, Solar is a terror at those. He routinely beats people who are ranked higher than him on the ladder standings, and in the Korean standings as well, so I'm pretty sure he's going to give Mana all he can handle here. And in the bottom right-hand corner-ish, it is Mana. Been around for so long. I have so many great Brood War games from this dude, and he's still around, still kicking it. In StarCraft 2-2, representing the country of Poland with all of his might, and I'm so happy about it. So let's see who's obviously going for more of an aggressive attack here. And at this stage, don't know. Don't know what this is, as it's definitely a gateway back home for the Protoss, and the Zerg player not going for a pool first. Now his pool's going down here at 17 supply, as it should, and the gas is on the way too. So, actually, did he go gas first? This gas before pool might indicate we're going to see some speedlings out of here from Solar sooner. And Mana should be able to read this. He gets in here, he says, yes, there's already gas. Super fast here. Your pool's not even halfway done yet. 16, 18, 17. Nah, you know what, I guess... Wasn't watching closely enough. I can't say for sure. And there's your Nexus coming up. Man is going for a Cybernetics core. Yes. So everything is fine. Everything is fine. Third base at 145, which I've been doing in my ladder games. In my 3v3 ladder games, I've been doing that on Twitch too. Twitch.tv/FalconPaladin a couple times a week. You should follow me out there too. It doesn't cost you anything. I know it is like pulling teeth to get people to come from YouTube to Twitch and vice versa. Let me tell you what, it is impossible. There's not a lot of overlap somehow. I mean, I watch both platforms, but I feel like some kind of a mutant freak when I do that. Because I'm telling you, people getting huge audiences on both places is difficult. Some people have done it, obviously. There's a Super Mario speedrunner. Speedrunner? I guess he's a speedrunner, Ryokar. And he has a great YouTube channel, and he also has a lot of followers out on Twitch. So he's managed to pull it off, but I don't have half the charisma or the skill of Ryokar. So it is tough sledding for me. Can tell you that much. Anyway, Twilight Council on the way, and robotics facility. So this feels like either a DT style thing or perhaps Archon harassment. Nothing that Solar hasn't seen 100 million times before. He's getting a Baneling Nest at 2.5 minutes. Just because, I don't know, maybe I'll need them, he says. Not sure if he will or not, but hey, having Banelings available to you to make once the army's coming to kill you is better than not having Banelings to make. Something I have learned in my time in playing Zerg is having Banelings is always nice. Like, there's very rarely a situation. I guess if you're getting Void Ray rushed, then, crap, having Banelings is not that great. But if they have Zealots, if they have Adepts, if they have Oracles, if they have Marines or even Marauders, if they have Zerglings, Banelings are safety units. And there's your Dark Shrine. Okay, so again, it still could be Archons, it still could be DTs. Solar going for a Baneling bust. That's what this is. These are too many Lings pouring across now. Let the Banelings start coming up. This is about a 3.5 minute Baneling bust. Did he scout this? He needs sentries if he's going to hold this, and I don't think he has any of those at all. This might just be a dead mana. These Lings are up. This is a good number of Lings, but not enough to really panic. Now it's time to panic. Now you start building additional stuff. There's your gateway. The Banelings are trying. Oh, they got the pylon. They got the building. Lings are inside the house. They're flooding, and there's a Baneling remaining, and that's your good game. 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Solar is your winner with the delayed Baneling bust at about 3:45. Mana was not ready for it. Did not scout it. Did not see it coming. That is so dangerous. That is such a dangerous, dangerous play to try to deal with if you're Protoss. You need to... I hate to tell you this, but Protoss players, you need to scout these areas. You need to be up and around your third base locations, just kind of making sure there aren't Lings hanging out there, biding their time, turning into Banelings, ready to murder you. Because if you see it coming, you make some sentries, right? Get maybe a shield battery or two. You make another couple buildings here. And especially with the force fields, that shuts this down. But if you don't have those things, you're dead. How fun. Okay, so that's it for game number 3. Let's come back with game number 4. Don't go anywhere. Hey, we're back on Disco Bloodbath. Bottom right-ish is Cure, and in the top left we've got Parting. Boy, Parting has a great Twitch stream. He's very entertaining, very salty sometimes. And yeah, just search Parting Twitch, and I'm sure you will find him because he has a whole lot of followers, and I do not blame them in a bit. And Cure, man, he's just a really solid Terran. He won something today. Let's see, I'm recording this on the 19th of January, and I saw a tweet about Cure here. So while we're waiting for stuff to happen, I'm going to do a quick Google search on my phone, which is everybody's favorite thing when I do, right? Man, I wish Falcon would Google stuff more when he's casting. Me too! I wish I would. All right, so he's going to achievements, blah, blah, blah. Here, no, that's not it. Is that it? No, that's too old. Here it is, OSC Championship Season 7. He won that in a humongous field of like 1 million different players. I could not believe how big that bracket was. There was a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket and like another one in there somehow. But he ended up winning $1,000 from that. So Cure, serious business guy. He might be the better player here, but Parting is sneaky. Parting has shenanigans. Parting does creative stuff you don't know to look for. And a lot of Protoss players are inspired by him. I know Fatty is from Fatty TV, also a Twitch streamer, great dude, much, much handsome. And a Protoss player too, who has been inspired again by some Parting builds to do some sneaky stuff to wreck Zerg players. Very fun stuff. Cybernetics Core on the way from Parting. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I am playing a little bit of Warcraft 3 out on my Twitch stream. So StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 are pretty much what we're going to be doing for the time being. Warcraft 3, when the campaign comes out, I'm definitely going to be doing that. Actually, today. This will post on a day, I think, when the campaign will be released for remastered, or for reforged Warcraft 3. I'm 100% playing that. Like, maybe for 4 hours. My streams are usually 2. I'm really stoked for this. I would just play Warcraft 3 on stream even if it wasn't reforged. Warcraft 3 is so stupid good. If you haven't played it, please go. I think at this point you kind of have to buy the reforged version, unfortunately, but man, it's good stuff. So yeah, twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin and twitch.tv/FattyTV if you want to follow Fatty. If you're looking for more Protoss stuff, you're probably your best bet. Anyway, Reaper comes in. Reaper's name, I guess we should name him before he dies, is going to be Boris the Turtle Tortoise. As a turtle swimming freely in the ocean, the Dominion scooped him up in their drinking water. They decided to experiment on Boris with jetpacks, soon he got the hang of it and signed up for the Reaper program. Boris the Turtle Tortoise has been in action ever since. He has been also seen training in sewers with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Master Splinter and eating pizza. Ah, Cure shenanigans. Cure's going for the proxy starport down in the bottom left. Liking that. Look at this. He's playing against Parting. Cure knows Parting's up to weird shenanigans. He's going to weird shenanigan him and also make sure that Parting shenanigans get scouted if, in fact, they are around. And it turns out, no, they are not. Parting's staying home. Is he doing anything shenanigan-y at all? He's walling off in preparation for Gas Hellions. He's making a Dark Shrine, which is cool. Which, in this case, you don't really go Archons against Terran. But you know what's really good is DTs if they don't have enough scans. So I am on board with this game. This has been really good stuff. This has been stupidly good stuff from these players here. This is how you block off on this particular map against Reapers. I'm not sure why he's Boris the Turtle Taurus. It's kind of odd, to be honest with you. Is this going to be a drop? Oh, yeah, this is going to be a Hellion drop inside the main. So here we go. Medevac, 4 Hellions. Let's move, let's move, let's move. Making a Cyclone back home, just in case something scary shows up. Cyclones can defend against a lot, including Oracles and including Warp Prisms. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! The probes are fighting this. Why would you fight this? Okay, all the probes are dead. That's it. They didn't run away. That's 18 probes down in about 10 seconds. If that long. Maybe 5 or 6 seconds it was. Rest in peace. All of the probes. They're all dead now. That's 3 kills. That is 5 kills. And that is 6 kills. And whoosh. Whoosh. I think this is just GG. 18 to 30 workers. Sure, the Hellions are going to die. Meanwhile, oh, there are DTs doing shenanigans over here. They got 6 SCVs, but like I said, remember how Cyclone is really good against stuff like Warp Prisms? The scan, the DT is dead. Yeah, it's 20 to 31 workers. The natural base is a ghost town for Parting. I mean, Cure is saturated on 2 bases, so he's fine. Wow, Raven in production. Further DTs will not be allowed, says Cure. DT comes on in. They're trying to get a missile turret up. There's a scan available, though. And that's your GG. Not enough. Cure gets the win. Parting taps out in 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Woo! So we had the proxy. We had the proxy Hellion medevac drop. Shoop, 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 shoop. Murdered all the things. We had the Warp Prism DT stuff. Actually, I want to go back. I know some people hate this, but I want to see what the DT did the first time it arrived. Because all this happened. I mean, I was like, maybe Parting was microing DTs on the other side. No, he wasn't. He just lost probes for nothing. And then the DTs come in. And I mean, sure. They one-shot SCVs because they're cool. They do like 45 damage per swing, which is fantastic. But then there's a scan, and then one DT dies, and then the other one tries to get warped in and gets killed, and then there's a Cyclone, and then the Warp Prism has to get out. And another scan's available, and Cure's did a great job keeping scans available, man. Very smart. Okay, great. So that's it, man. That was good stuff. That was some really... I mean, that should not have done as much as it did for Cure, I'm going to say. Parting that he chose to attack that Hellion and bunch up all of his probes like that, while there are 3 Hellions in this little choke area just roasting everything was... Ugh. Parting, don't know what happened there. Probably a no GG for you. All right, next game coming up. More PvT action here on Thunderbird. Top left, it is the Red Terran player Special. And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is the Blue Protoss player Mana. I eat. So, how's this one going to go? Kind of feel like there's a proxy coming up. There are a lot of proxy options for both Protoss and Terran. But Mana's not proxying with his first pylon, which is pretty darn standard if you're planning on proxying, because you need probes, right? You need probes. And if you walk halfway across the map to build your pylon, then you're going to be supply blocked for a very, very long time. That is how it works. La 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 la. Gateway here. Falcon Paladin Hour is a weekly podcast featuring myself and Somicron and Aussie and sometimes special guests like Duddles. We talk about stuff like The Witcher and The Mandalorian and super popular stuff in the nerd world. Also, StarCraft 2 tournaments, StarCraft 2 news, balance patch updates. All sorts of great stuff. You're interested in finding out more about what Falcon thinks about things and what Somicron has up his sleeve too, just search Falcon Paladin on your podcast app, and you will find us without delay. That's how that works. No matter what it is, no matter what your podcast app is, you can be on Windows Phone, and you can find us. I'm pretty sure. pretty sure. Anyway, both players doing standard things here. No sign of proxies, so I was wrong about that. Cybernetics core. Factory done. Well, sorry. Barracks done, not a factory. Wow. That'd be the fastest factory in the history of mankind. I don't think it's even possible to get out at 130. But, anyway, we got a Reaper. The Reaper's name is going to be Punk McGrunk. He was a skinny man working in the testosterone factory. Pause. Until one day he slipped and fell into a vat of testosterone where he suddenly developed super muscles and lost his hair. Seeking the best way to utilize his new muscles and hide his baldness, he signed up for the Confederate military, where he was expected to wear a helmet all day and became a Reaper when he was told that jetpacks were not just provided but mandatory. He'll probably survive the entire match. Hey, look at that. What is a proxy? All right. So proxy Stargate here for mana. Loving that. That's got to be an Oracle, right? It's got to be proxy Oracle. The timings are going to be all messed up. Special won't know to expect it. Proxy Oracles are really mean that way. All right, so Reaper shows defense. Very nicely done, very nicely done. And do we have an Oracle? Where my Stargate is at? There my Stargate is at. Do not walk into an Adept, though. Two shots, and where's the third? Adept is chasing real fast. KD8 charge misses, and bam! Punk McGrunk is gone. Does not scout much of anything useful. I mean, killed a probe that was trying to scout, so that's nice. But, yeah, man, it's just Widowmine drop stuff here from Special, and it is an Oracle. So, we have an Oracle name here. It's very simply Bad Investment. I don't know. I mean, is that a play on, like, how you name boats? Things like Bad Investment? And maybe an Oracle is a bad investment in the current meta of StarCraft? I don't tend to agree with that. As watch, Mana's going to get some serious damage done with this. Although, Widowmine ready to go. See, Widowmine drop builds are good both for, you know, dropping Widow Mines in your opponent's mineral line, but also for defending against Oracles that show up and try to kill you. So this is going to be interesting. 2 Oracles on the way from Mana. I'm pretty sure Special has no idea what's going on. Has he scouted? No, he hasn't scouted anything at all this game. His Reaper stayed around home and then died. So he's sending out Widow Mines into the great unknown. He has no idea what he's dealing with. He's trying to maybe set in places where Oracles will fly across if they're coming from the main, but it will not catch them if they're flying from here. Yeah, this has got to be what this is. He's going to burrow him, like, right here. Or maybe he's on some kind of crazy journey all the way across the map. I don't know. So let's see here. This one. Oh, the Widow Mines are gone. Oh, no. The timing is too late for Special to be ready for it. This is not enough Marines to handle this many Oracles, and all the Marines die, and all the SCVs are getting massacred. Oh, no. The Widow Mines are going to try to make up for this by coming in and just destroying everything, but it's not working out for them very much. Not very well at all. The Oracles are owning this main base entirely. We're coming in, and that's your good game. Mana gets the win. He didn't have enough. He didn't have enough against 3 Adepts and 2 Stalkers. The Widow Mines weren't going to be enough. Whatever these handful of Marines and this other Widow Mine was not going to be enough. His economy was dead. It was dead. 13 SCVs down. There's nothing back home to defend at all. Everything that comes out of this these buildings dies. Maybe a Cyclone could have saved it, but in the meantime, all these SCVs were going to die by the time this finished building. It was behind hopelessly economically, and there was enough of a defense here for Mana to, well, to ruin his day. So, to get 4.5 minutes. Short games, y'all. These are fun. Look at this from Special, too. Ended up losing 1,100 mineral or resources, and then Mana only lost 50. That is the most efficient game of the day. That gets the title for most efficient game of the day. Nicely done by Mana. Taking down, again, a higher ranked player in Special. In the WCS standings last year, Special was way higher ranked than Mana was, but these kind of builds can get you wins against players who are, you know, supposed to be much better than you are, but come on. If you're at this level of StarCraft, the difference between your skill levels is not that much. Not that much comparatively. And again, Mana's been around the block a million times. He's been here for like 20 years. Maybe not 20 years. He's only like 26. I thought he was older than that, not going to lie. But he's been around for like a decade or so. Longer, I guess. StarCraft 2 is about a decade now. So maybe like 13 or 14? How old is it when we started playing? I need to figure this out. Anyway, that's it for that game. Let's go to another one, huh? It's going to be Solar and Stats here on World of Sleepers. Top right-hand corner, it is Solar, and the bottom left, it is Stats. Considered the best Protoss player of StarCraft 2 back in 2018, but I kind of feel like Classic has surpassed him. Is that fair to say, based on late 2019 performances in Premier Tournaments? Let me know in the comments if you agree with this. What the heck? Why is it so slow? There we go. So this is too fast. There we go. Speeds, man. Speeds sometimes change on me in the middle of the game, and I don't know why. Like, in between games, actually, is more accurate to say. Anywho, what's going on? Who's going to be the crazy aggressor here today? And I'm looking at it. I don't see anybody really showing super signs of being aggressive unless this is a forge, which it could be. Could be a forge attempt here from stats, and it is definitely a gateway, so no big concern there. There's your 16 hatch. There is going to be your 18 gas, which you have around 100 minerals. Actually, not at 18 yet. Hold on. There's 18. Now we're starting to get the minerals, and then you take the gas. I want to see how many he gets, actually. 100... 125. Oh, yeah, there we go. So, like, 125, bam. And then 17 pool once you can get the pool, which is very soon after the gas. And bam, there's your pool timing. Very crisp, very clean. Do what the pros do. If you're struggling as Zerg, you will see your MMR rise without question. Now, Solar is also likely to go for a third hatch here real fast. Again, there's no reason not to do this. Unless you get proxy 2 racks or something, and then you'll probably die. But for the most part, what you can do here is, go for the third hatch at around 145, which means you delay your queens and you delay your gas. But honestly, how often do you need those things super fast anyway? If your opponent, again, is going for a proxy or a cannon rush, sure, doing this might kill you. But that's why you have the Overlord spotting your natural. And that's why you have the Overlord looking for proxy stuff out on the map too. So there's your third hatch. And see, notice, not enough money for queens, right? Usually, with traditional builds where you don't get the third so fast, you have about 400 minerals here, enough for 2 queens and to start speed. But you got enough for 1 queen here. Not enough to start speed, not enough to make the second queen. So make it at your natural so you can get the creep spread started, and you'll be just fine. You'll catch up eventually here. It just slows down some really important things. But in the long run, it's better economically. Stargate opening here from stats back home. He's just walling off. Overlord coming in, trying to see what's up, and sees really nothing to worry about. There's an expansion, and once you know your opponent has an expansion at 2.5 minutes, you can drone your face off. So there's your queen, there's your speed. And yep, so Solar just delaying those things a tiny bit. But again, there's nothing to worry about. There's really not an Adept coming his way for any time soon. And by the time the Adept shows up, there will be at least a couple queens out and some slowlings. And yeah, Solar is in a wonderfully comfortable economic position, which he can turn into an aggressive position pretty easily. Is the trick with Zerg these days. Like, you scout as a Protoss and you see, quick third base, good saturation of the natural, good saturation of the main. The third might get saturated here too, but at the same time, we can turn this into a crazy aggressive Roach Ravager thing or a Baneling attack. Really, with very little warning is the trick here. And that's why Oracles are good, and that's why Hallucinated Phoenix are good, just for scouting purposes, especially for the Phoenix. But we have an Oracle on the way. The Oracle's name is Egon Spengler. Egon was often known as the brains behind the Earth-renowned team known as the Ghostbusters. They made their fame and fortune in the 1980s. Because of the concern that he himself might become a ghost one day, he had himself cryogenically frozen and sent into space with a VHS and a VCR explaining the details. The Protoss discovered Egon's space capsule, and upon discovering he was so good at combating ghosts, used their greatest in Dragoon resurrection technology to bring him back. Unfortunately, the ghosts Egon was specialized in busting were a bit different from the Terran ghosts the Protoss were used to fighting. Now Egon believes he is fighting aliens with his proton pack, when in fact he has been relegated to the status of an Oracle AI to fire laser beams at miners. Drone pull there, 2 queens defending against the Oracle. Spore here at the third base, but Queen not in a position to stop this, and 2 drones do go down. Okay, minor victory there for Egon, but otherwise doesn't really scout much, doesn't really get a lot done. Another Oracle on the way, so we're going to have an Oracle pair here for sure. But yeah, firing laser beams at miners in drones here who are mining and not miners as in children. Yes, not children. Creep spread happening here. One thing that we did notice here is that the Queen went for the creep tumor before the inject. That first Queen gets the creep out. Serral does it, Solar does it, you probably should too. If, again, you're playing Zerg. Zergling's trying to... Not enough of them to really threaten that third base with the Adept sitting there and whatnot. Double Oracle comes in. 1 more drone goes down. Again, not enough to trigger the 2 workers killed thing for game hard on that left side. So I don't know about this investment. I really don't know about the Oracle investment here. You have to slow down the Zerg somehow, especially if they go for this crazy fast third base. But It's not really working. That's a Roach Warren from Solar, and that's 9 roaches. Okay, if there are 9 roaches and 8 lings, on the way, this is aggression from Solar. He's the one who's going to try to do the things here. This is a really ill-fated attack from Stats. I'm feeling like Recall is just all over this. I mean, there are Ravagers on the way. There's 24 lings and queens, and this is a tiny, tiny push. Intended to hit Solar when he has like 4 Zerglings and like maybe a couple queens. No, that's not what it is at all. So the lings darting on in, roaches and Ravagers showing up. The armor supply is 58 to 27. And yes, burning down a Ravager is nice. Force field's okay, but the lings managed to slip through. They took down a sentry. They're going to get another one here if you're not careful. And there's the recall. Yeah, smelled that. Zergling's trying to get into the front door. Nope, too smart. Adept holding that for Stats. Third base in trouble, so recall to the third base, and here comes, the queens are even coming. Of course they are. Of course the queens are coming. Bunch of Zerglings here, which just means the Stalkers and the Immortals are not as good as they would be if this was a heavier Roach Ravager composition. Backing into a corner seems real risky, but you gotta avoid getting surrounded, so what do? Force field's coming up, but Zergling's still getting on top of this army. Yeah, Corrosive Bile's landing here. Everybody dying for the Protoss. That's going to be all she wrote. I really don't see any way out of this. Third base is forfeit. Zealots in to try to deal with the Zerglings, but with Ravager support, the Zerglings are basically immortal. Oh, speaking of immortals, surrounding this immortal. Oh, a Corrosive Biling for the final parting shot there, and cha-cha. Solar wins it in 6 minutes and 44 seconds. Really, really effective Zerg stuff there. And again, that's what is so hard about playing against Zerg, is you can look at it and say, yeah, it's quick third base. Yeah, it's fairly good saturation on that third base, too. But no, we turned it into a Roach Ravager Ling attack, showed up, and ate your face. I don't know. I really don't know what Protoss is supposed to do here, to be honest. I mean, I guess it was kind of greedy to get the third base up as fast as he did, right? It's not like Solar had started at fourth base. He was trying to get ahead economically, so getting the fourth base hurt. He was trying to avoid this sort of thing. I guess he gambled, too, right? Solar gambled that it wasn't a proxy and went for that quick third hatch, and Stats gambled that it wasn't this and went for a quick third nexus, and he lost, is how that works. So GG for Solar, gets the win, again, against someone who's ranked higher than he is on the Korea circuit standings. But that's what these shorter games do, is they kind of even the playing field, and if you're the aggressive one, you can win games against players you normally wouldn't. So let's go ahead and watch more StarCraft. We got more for this short compilation for your Sunday series. Don't go anywhere. TVT action here between Special and Innovation on Triton. The bottom right-hand corner, it is Innovation. He's blue. And in the top left, the red Terran player, Special. So here we are on Triton. Who's going to be the proxier here? Yeah. Reaper hop-up spot here, blocking it immediately, is Special. He don't want no Reapers in his house, and Innovation is not worried about that, just walling off his front with his first supply depot. What else is going on in the world today? There is some political stuff. I'm not going to get into that at all. There is some sporty stuff. I guess the Super Bowl is set, which is awesome. Pretty fun games I watched today here on the 19th again is when I'm casting this. Really, actually, some exciting stuff between KC and the Titans. KC just kind of had more firepower, ended up winning in the end, but it was a fairly close game for some time. But asking Tannehill to make a comeback of 11 points in 2 minutes when he's down that much against anybody is probably too much. And Kansas City gets to the Super Bowl. The other game was just a stomping. The 49ers wrecked the Packers and was not a very fun game at all, unless you were a Niners fan, in which case there was tons of scoring, and it was a lot of fun because you're going to the Super Bowl too. So two very entertaining teams. I kind of feel like the 49ers are the better team just top to bottom. They have a better defense and a good offense. Whereas, yes, the better offense is probably belonging to the Chiefs, but it's still pretty darn good for these Niners too. So I'm expecting a good Super Bowl, looking forward to it, and that'll be the end of it for football until August, which, geez, that's a long time. Anyway, what do we got here? Reaper on the way, Reaper on the way. This Reaper's name for Special is going to be Chicken Tenderson. No backstory on that one. And Innovation's Reaper is going to be Special. The original Doritos pulled a diva from Overwatch. What? I already know what that's trying to say, let alone know what that means. I guess this one maybe should have been the special Doritos, and this one should have been Chicken Tenderson, but whatever. We're there. Those are the names that people have put into the comments of any of my videos, and as I've said a lot recently, you comment on any of my videos at all, in the history of my channel. You go back to something that I posted in 2015 and be like, hey, Falcon, what up? I'll see it. And I'll probably respond to you. I can't guarantee I will, but I will see it. At the very least. I promise you that. I'm not so big that I can't see every comment that somebody makes on any of my channels. Special building his command center inside the house. Innovation building his on the low ground. I mean, Special's just doing all the things where he's worried about what Innovation is doing. And Innovation has no concerns at all as what his opponent is doing. What are you shooting? Is he just taking hits off that barracks? He just... He's just shooting his barracks for some reason. What is this? Innovation's messing around. He's just messing around. He feels supremely confident here. Like, utterly confident here today. Anyway, Starport's going for Cloaked Banshees for special. He does love his Cloaked Banshees. Is Innovation doing the same thing, but a little bit slower? He's going for a Raven, which kind of shuts down your whole Cloaked Banshee idea. Is he just testing his guns out on this barracks? He shot this barracks like 20 times. I don't understand. Innovation's just bored. He's got to keep that APM up somehow. I mean, he is sitting on an average of 400, so he's got to be using it on some level, I suppose. But yeah, Cloak Banshee is going to get absolutely hardcore shut down by this Raven, assuming it's here when the Cloak Banshee shows up. Raven could be across the map trying to do stuff, in which case the Cloak Banshee will have a better time of it. Again, positioning matters a lot in StarCraft. Hellion versus Hellion Reaper. Hellion says, nope, not interested. Reaction time was brilliant from Innovation. I would have left that Hellion there and lost it. Inno sees them coming in with the extended vision from the Zelnaga Watchtower and gets out of there before he takes a single hit. Just brilliant play. Brilliant play. So Chicken Tenderson and Special, the original Doritos, coming at each other, and there. Zelnaga Watchtower now belongs to me because I got a first hit off. Special's reaction time not as good. Also trying to bait Innovation into this Widow Mine, but Innovation is too smart for that. And somebody on Reddit the other day referred to Shredder Mines. Is that what they were called? They were a Heart of the Swarm proposed unit that never made it past the beta stage. It was insanely overpowered. Basically, you burrow them like Widow Mines, but they put up a field that did 20 damage per second to anything inside it, air and ground. And it was cloaked too, right? So it was like a better Widow Mine. I mean, Widow Mines are really good, don't get me wrong. But this whole Shredder Mine thing was insanely good. There's a great clip. Can I find it? I might be able to find it if you ask me for it, to put it in the description. So let me know if you want to see this. But it's basically a pre-pylon show kind of discussion going on somebody's channel. I don't even know who it was, but In Control and Artosis are there. And they're part of this panel talking about this new Shredder Missile, or Shredder Mine. Shredder Missile? No, because it's a mine. Anyway, and In Control's like, this is stupidly overpowered. There are major problems with it. You're never going to find an actual Terran player. Oh, Cloak Banshee comes into the natural to support this unit. It's stupidly good. And at the end of the clip, everybody's like, yeah, this is a fine unit in Control. We don't know what you're talking about. It's hilarious. So Banshee ends up getting 6 kills and has like no HP left, which is bad. The other Banshee seems to have died. And she did. Didn't get a whole lot done there either. So, I mean, I guess the first Banshee got some stuff done, right? 3 SCVs and 3 Marines is pretty good, and she's still alive, which is cool. And by still alive, I mean she's still alive. Did she die? No. Where'd she go? Click. Click button. Oh, wait. Is this one alive and the other one's dead? You cannot see that on the minimap. Look at this. It's off the minimap over here. This is so dumb. So hard to see. I don't know how players are expected to see that. I can barely see that. So Banshee comes in, stays... Oh, tries to stay out of the range of the missile turret. Just stays just barely out of range here. Engagement in the middle. Interference Matrix on a couple of the tanks. Special in full retreat. Landing Vikings to try to save the day here. But the Marines can handle any of this. Tank firing at the back. Does end up going down. Landing more Vikings in this, but that's not enough. And special GG's out in 7 minutes, and Innovation wins it. Yeah. So this has more tanks. The Viking count was really high for special, and there was just nothing to worry about other than the Raven. He way overmade Vikings. Unfortunately, plus he took a third base pretty early. I guess Innovation had a third base at a pretty similar time too. But the Banshees didn't get a whole lot done at the end of the day, and this push was just too much. Again, too many Vikings against Marines with medic support and with tanks. That was your key. Your one engagement here was what it came down to, and Innovation gets the win. So more cheese, more short game stuff coming at you. Stick with it. Hit that like button. It's Clem, and it's Trap here on Winter's Gate. Again, I love this map. It's just pretty. Got your reds, got your blues, got your greens. All right, so top left is the Red Terran player Clem. He's very young, and in the bottom right, it is the blue Protoss player Trap. So who's going to be the one? Who's going to be the one to be aggressive here? I guess, I don't know, in the last game between Special and Inno, was it Special with his Cloak Banshee attacks, or was it Inno with his Marine Tank Raven push? I don't mean, he had a third base up. Both players had third bases up. Sometimes games are just short, man. Sometimes nobody's really the aggressor. It's just, here's my first attack and it worked. Because you tried some stuff that didn't work. And now it's my time to shine. Suppose, anyway. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can hit me up on patreon.com/FalconPaladin. I also have a PayPal at falconpaladin@gmail.com. And I also set up a Venmo recently. So if you... That's someone who's like, I don't have any, I want to send you some cash. I don't have anything else. I want your Venmo. And I was like, I suppose I could set up a Venmo. Sure. So email me if you want my Venmo. I'm not going to put that out there. I just don't know that there's very much high demand for it. But yeah, if you're just, I mean, this is not the difference between life and death for me, right? This is not a, I have a full-time job and it provides for me okay. So please don't feel like you need to support me in any way financially. I just have options available to people who want to, because there are people who want to. There are people who enjoy supporting their favorite creators. There are people who run ad block on YouTube and feel kind of guilty that it doesn't give any of their money to their favorite creators on YouTube. So they just give the money to them directly, and that they feel better about that. And I can totally respect that way. I just run with ads on because I can't be bothered to be bothered by ads, I guess. Reaper on the way from Clem. Good luck trying to get anything done. But your name is Gilbert Grape. What's eating Gilbert Grape, folks around town would ask. Of course, always behind his back and never to his face. Was it embarrassment about a 600-pound shut-in mother? Was it the responsibility of being the de facto head of household from the time he was barely a teenager? Well, they were all wrong. The thing that was eating Gilbert Grape was the Zergling that killed him on his first mission after joining the Reaper program. Folks was right about one thing, though. You can run from your problems, but you can't run from the swarm. What? Never actually seen that movie. I'm pretty sure that's young Leonardo DiCaprio. That's who that is. Yeah, the Reaper hop-up spot is here. So maybe build something there? I guess he wants the Reaper to come in because he can kill it. Just wants to know what's coming, and that's why the pylon exists. Anyway, yeah, poor Gilbert Grape getting eaten by a Zergling. Stargate opening here from Trap. And a factory coming up from Clem. Both players are doing pretty standard stuff at this stage. I really don't... Again, this could just turn into another, hey, you dropped Hellions into my base and now you're dead. Or now I'm dead style thing. Ah, this Reaper's out. There's a shade available. One final... Oh, the jukes! The jukes are real, though. Oh, that was fantastical. What a play. What a play from this Reaper guy. Wacha, says the stalker. Wacha, wacha, wacha. Wacha, wacha, wacha. Run! Adapt wants to come back and kill that Reaper so bad. Reaper needs to be careful. Clem's Reaper needs to be careful. He's 17, by the way. I'm going to point that out. He's a 17-year-old Italian and super dumb good at StarCraft. Wouldn't be surprised if he won this. Even in a situation where Terran kind of feels underpowered compared to Protoss, there are things they can do. Lift. Oh, no! He didn't lift! I'm talking up Clem here, and he lets an Adept into his main. Widowmine shot, though. Okay, that worked out. One Adept for an SCV seems like a fair trade. But Oracle out. Another Oracle on the way. So multiple Oracle play here with Stalker support. This, oh, that 3 Oracles? Holy crap. Okay, so we're looking at a lot of oracles here from Trap. He's getting a third base behind it, but he's definitely being aggressive with his oracle play. Now, Mass Oracle is not as good as it once was. Has showed how powerful it could be on the grand stage a couple years ago, and Blizzard was like, no. And now oracles are fine, but they're not insanely... You can win a lot of games with them and with Mass Oracle strategies like they were before. So, and he sees the Widow Mine, says, it's not worth it, really. Let's come around the other side and see if there is a Widow Mine over here. And there's not. Hey! This side of the mineral line is actually pretty wide open, so we're going to kill 5 SCVs. Get on out, not die to any of your Widow Mine shots at all. And that was a pretty good play. Trap just kind of carefully probing around, finding the place where the Widow Mines do not exist, and getting some damage done. Twilight Council on the way from the Protoss, working on a forge. Again, that third base is really big. The Marines, though, yeah. Marines are scary for oracles. If you have, again, the numbers matter, right? 1 oracle to about 4 Marines, you're fine. 1 oracle to like 5 Marines, no. And 1 oracle to 6 Marines, definitely not. So the ratio is there. Also, do the Marines have stim? Do they have combat shield? Do they have any of these things that make them harder for the oracles to kill before they die? And then the numbers all change. But it's going to be a regular old Marine drop to head on down to the bottom left here of Trap. And I'm pretty sure you're going to see this coming. At the very least, the Oracle should spot it. Oracle does spot it. Oh, that's so annoying. Or Oracle. Phoenix does spot it. Forces the unload out here. Clem's in a bad way. Trap's on 3 bases, and Clem hasn't really been able to do anything to him at all. It's 52 to 39 workers. And yes, mules are good, but that's a big discrepancy. Clem's army is huge comparatively. He needs to win with this. I'm looking at it. He needs to do a ton of damage to Trap or win with this push. Now, this map is really well known for its slow zones, and everyone hates that. But regardless, this is a big-time army supply push. 45 to 28 advantage. He's got Widow Mines. He's got Marines. He's got Medevacs. He's got some Marauders. He's planning on trying to win this thing fast. He's not pulling the boys yet, though, so that's something you have to worry about. Is the Terran pulling the boys? Now, this third base, again, Trap can afford to sack this. He'll still be up a base. Widow Mine's burrowing in, and waba! Big time Widow Mine hits on those sentries. Very nicely done. No more force fields, no more Guardian Shield. Oracle and Phoenix trying to make something happen here. Bio needs time to get healed up. I know the Medevacs are part of the composition here, but I really feel like sometimes Terrans would... There you go, like this. Just holding still long enough. Nice Widow Mine. Is that a whiff there? I think that was a miss. Anyway, would benefit from just holding still for a minute. Even if you're dancing around, allowing the Medevacs to just stay here so they can heal is really nice. But I think Trap is doing this. Trap is just delaying and holding and holding and holding. His army's getting bigger all the time. He's on a 3-base economy. Clem is just now constructing his 3rd base. He's down huge in economy. The Zealots don't have speed or charge yet. They're eating some of these Widow Mine hits, which is better because the Stalkers don't want to eat them. Handful of Marauders here, but this is just too much. We dart in. Widow Mine gets a shot off. Nice blink dodge. Reinforcements are coming in for Clem. He's trying to do this, but I just don't think he has enough. He's in full retreat mode. He's losing everything. The Medevacs are getting destroyed, and that's your good game. Trap gets the win. It was touch and go there for a second. He was worried about losing that 3rd, but he just had enough there. The micro was stupidly good. Like, really, really stupidly good. And at the end of the day, the blink was incredible. The Zealots coming in to absorb some of those Widow Mine shots were really nice, too. And then Phoenix and the Oracles did enough to help win that game. And fantastic. That's 7 kill on that Oracle on Gilbert Grape. Not bad, Sir Oracle. Well done indeed. Is the Reaper dead? I think the Reaper's dead. Not sure when that happened. Oh, no, we saw that. No, we didn't. We saw the Adept going to kill him. We never actually watched it. All right, cool. So a couple more games are ready to go here. Really close, tight one there at 7.5 minutes. Enjoyed it immensely, but that's it for now. Let's move on to some more players. Raynor, Zest, Winter's Gate again, but different players and a different matchup. Top left-hand corner is the red Zerg player. He is Raynor. And in the bottom right, it is the blue Protoss player, Zest. All right, so Raynor made it to the finals of BlizzCon 2019, which, holy smokes, he beat Serral to get there. I think he's the only player to knock Serral out of a tournament in 2019. Is that right? I feel like it is, but I don't have the ability to fact check it right now. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. Hey, there's a Discord server for Falcon Paladin fans. You can join it. There's a link in the description. And yeah, you can talk about politics, you can talk about current events, you can talk about video games other than StarCraft, and including StarCraft and Brood War. And, you know, just talk about the aspects of the universe and what it means to be human. That was a discussion in the chat today. Like, are we that much different from sufficiently advanced robots? And the answer we came up with was, no, I don't think we are. Anyway, 16, 18, 17 here from Raynor. Zest going for a 1-gate expand. And again, you gotta be really careful here if you are Zest. And this map sucks to wall off. Because you have 2 ramps, well, 1 ramp leading up, and another way leading into your natural here. And you gotta wall it off against Zerglings, and it's a whole darn thing. But I have a feeling that Zest is pretty comfortable with it at this point, because if you're not comfortable with it, then you wouldn't be at this level, right? Zest is an incredibly good Korean Protoss player. Okay, what are we doing here? Are we going to go for that 3rd hatch early, or it doesn't look like it, actually. Looks like Reynor is going to wait for that pool. Go for, okay. So he's going for the queens. He's going for the speed. This is the more traditional play. Actually, where's your queen? Okay, so he's delaying that queen. There you go. To go for a couple more drones instead. Interesting. This is interesting. Where's your 3rd? This probe has got to be feeling like, where's your 3rd? More lings are being made than usual, too. There are way more lings being made more than usual. And remember what I said. You have to wall off this whole stupid thing because Zerglings are a problem. And by golly, they are. So a bunch of lings are out. A 3rd hatch is coming down, though. But there are more lings in production here, and speed's coming in, and entirely pulled off gas is Raynor 2. These lings are cruising down. They have some plans. This is not a Baneling bust. This is not a Roach-style play. This is going to be a billion Zerglings showing up at your front door, and you can't wall it off adequately because this is Winter's Gate. That's what we're looking at here. Zest is going for a Stargate. It's already done. An Oracle could help against this sort of thing. And he is, in fact, making an Oracle. I'm actually out of Oracle names, so if you want to toss some Oracle names in the comments of this video, feel free to do so. I can populate my list again. But this is... Raynor's playing like me. I'm just like, I love Zerglings. They're fast. They hit hard. They're cute. Let's cruise them across the map and see what damage can get done. And then good Protoss are like, duh, there's a wall. Or duh, there are sentries here. He's starting to wall off, but... Oh, gosh. If these lings get in... God, they're in! They're in the house! Oracle can help here to some extent, but a bunch of probes are going to die. The Oracle eventually is going to run out of energy. The lings are running to make sure that happens. The wall is real now, though. More lings are coming on in. Oracle is out of energy. A Stalker is all that stands between these probes and their death. And that's it. I mean, the lings are back inside the house. I guess maybe Zest is sort of holding this a little bit, but these probes are dying. He's recalling the probes out from inside this area over here. That is the shortest recall of all time. 11 probes down, but Raynor has sacrificed a lot of drones to make this happen. He's making 14 more lings. Zest might hold this, you guys. I know it looked really bad a second ago. Oh, are the Oracles both out of energy? Nope, this one can tap, but not for very long. So gotta wait. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Zerglings all up in your business here. Oracle killing what it can in a desperation move. Another Oracle comes in. And this is just the continued wall building of Zest. Cybernetics core looks like it's going to die. Gateways are trying to turn into warp gates. 16 kill Oracle, 16 kill Oracle, 6 kill Oracle. But the Oracles do not seem like they're enough. Force fielding this warp gate to make sure it doesn't die. This gateway is going to die. There is a sentry here, but the round is for real. So many more probes. That's it. That's too much, and good game. Raynor wins it with the ling spam in 5 minutes and 7 seconds to wrap this thing up. What a ridiculous, ridiculous game there from Raynor. He just goes 3 of ace massling on 20 workers, calls it a day, ends up losing a billion Zerglings, 62 lings dead in the first 5 minutes of this game. But in exchange for 21 probes, a Zealot, an Adept, a Stalker, and a Sentry, bingo, or Yahtzee? That's more of a Yahtzee thing. Yahtzee. 2 gateways, a cybernetics core, and a pylon. Wow. So that's why a lot of Protoss have this map vetoed. So link spam is for real. I mean, at some point, banelings weren't necessary. Obviously, banelings weren't necessary, but lings coming down this side, lings coming down the middle. Zest wasn't quite sure what was up, and then that early run-in was a problem, and he did what he could. He did what he could there. I think maybe some shield batteries might have helped a little bit. Maybe some adepts behind the wall would have been nice. But at the end of the day, he chose to go oracles, and they just ran out of energy. And Raynor committed a lot more Zerglings than I think Zest was ready for. Obviously, because he's dead. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft II Legacy of the Void and your Sunday series, a short games compilation from Homestory Cup 2019. Go ahead, hit that like button if you like what you saw and what you heard today. Hit that subscribe. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.